So 1975 was a different era in New Brunswick, where people knew their neighbors, people weren't scared of their neighbors, and people weren't fearful of their neighbors. But unfortunately, a moment occurred the day after Canada Day in 1975, which shocked Moncton region, shocked the whole province. Today we're going to be going over to some of the details about the Michelle Lisa Wedge case. Now, Michelle Wedge was 7 years old when she disappeared on July 2nd, 1975, while riding her bike near her home on Dominion Street in Moncton, New Brunswick. Now, according to published reports, she was last seen on the southwest corner of John and Dominion Streets. Now, Michelle had been left in the care of her older siblings, as her older brother had friends over at the time, and Michelle was out riding her bike in the neighborhood like she was known to do. Now, as late night turned to dusk, nobody checked on Michelle. It was only at approximately 9 p.m. when everyone realized she wasn't playing in the yard. Now, Michelle's brother later discovered her bicycle on a boulevard at the southwest corner of Dominion Street. Now, in relation to the timeline, initial interviews with friends and neighbors determined that Michelle had been last seen around 9:10 p.m., about 40 minutes after her brother recalled having heard her exiting the house to play outside. A witness saw Michelle riding her Mustang-style bicycle, which was a very popular form at the time, north on Dominion Street near the intersection with John Street, just a few houses away from her home. Another individual reported seeing the same thing about the same time. One witness recalled seeing a young girl getting into a car at that corner that night. Some people said the vehicle may have been a Datsun or what he called an import car, but there was no confirmation if that was the make or model. Now, Michelle was wearing a red and white t-shirt, blue shorts, blue socks, and navy blue sandals when she disappeared. At the time of her disappearance, she was 4.5 feet tall, again 7.5 years of age, with brown eyes and light brown hair. Now, the last major tip in Michelle's case came in a number of years ago. Investigators are still actively trying to solve the case and believe somebody has information about what happened to Michelle Wedge. Now, according to information provided to the CBC and other media agencies, they believe her disappearance was part of a criminal act. There was no indication why they thought that way, but certain information was garnered said it was not like a typical abduction. Now, a age-progressed image of Michelle Wedge has been distributed in recent years in relation to what she might look like now, in the hopes that she might still be alive. Now, again, she was 7.5 when she passed away, born December 1st, 1967. She was 4 feet tall. Again, a white female, a dark blonde, shoulder-length hair, brown eyes, fair complexion, and good teeth. Now, again, at the time of her disappearance, she was wearing shorts, stockings, and size 3 sandals, all navy blue in color. Again, she wore a red and white checkered t-shirt. Now, anyone information on the disappearance of Michelle Wedge is asked to contact the Kodiak Regional RCMP Major Crime Section at 506-857-2403 or NB Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS. That's 1-800-222-8477. Now, because this is literally one of the longest cold cases in New Brunswick history from 46 years ago, you may feel that any information you can provide would not play a factor. In any cold case, any information that you have, anybody listening to this podcast, any information, partial or impartial, or direct or indirect, is vital. If information taps into your memory, if you're in the Moncton region, or may have been around that area of the streets that night, please contact authorities. It's never too late to close and solve a cold case, especially a child like this who was well loved, not only by the family, but obviously by your home community. The term is, if you can bring Michelle home, that's the goal, and that's the final thing. Thanks for listening. Bye.